Artist on Record, your ultimate intimate conversation with your favorite artists. And for any breaking news, please subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when it comes our way. We're going to make sure we bring it right to you. But here's some sad breaking news. Legend right here. That's
All right.
Sam Moore.
So that is very sad about Sam Moore passing away. That's one of Stafan's brilliant interviews. I mean, not interviews, sorry. Tributes to a lovely man. Sam Moore, dead at 89. That's so sad. Thank you. Stafan, I like the jingle. I like the jingle. I'm getting into the jingle, my friend. Look, let's do it. Are we ready? Woo!
Welcome to Artist on.
I need a jingle, don't I? I need a jingle. Now, Stafan may be watching or he's gone to sleep. But either way, I'm sure he'll watch it tomorrow or later or maybe now. So, guys, whoa, Team Elvis. I've got the jacket on again. It's too cold. England is cold. I've got the heating on. It's freezing. It's freezing. I'm not going to sit here and freeze. So, got the jacket on, a bit cooler. So, defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. Of course, we've got the coffee. Yeah, now remember, we have butter coffee. So I'll just grab the machine. I'll show you it. So you know, guys, I'm on the carnivore diet, the keto diet. I'll quickly show you this. I thought this would be interesting to show if Stafan watches this later, just how we do it. So this little machine here, we have butter coffee to stop us getting hungry. So this little machine here, we just put butter in, coffee, water, milk, click the button, and 3 minutes later, you've got a very creamy blended coffee. But remember, I know that the thought of putting butter in your coffee is a bit weird, but when you blend it, it's actually very creamy. It's very creamy. You don't taste the butter, and it stops you being hungry all the time. So obviously, I'm on a carnivore diet, keto diet. Again, I've told you guys, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to do this every day, guys. I'm going to keep pushing my keto channel because I want to get people on there. I want to help more people with their health, with their diet. I don't want to do it here because this channel is for Elvis and for defending Elvis. So I don't want to push it here. I want to just get you guys. If any of you want to improve your health, please subscribe to my sister Elvis channel. This is my sister Elvis channel, Elvis Presley Fan on keto, and we do post Elvis footage, Elvis content as well. It's not just a diet channel, it's also an Elvis channel. Yeah, so please subscribe to that. I was going to just quickly play you a 1 minute a 1 minute clip of my success on the diet, and then we're going to get onto our topic today, guys. We are gonna be reviewing Stafan, his brilliant little interview with Mike Stone that discusses Priscilla on his channel Artists on Sound. So please, any of you guys, please subscribe to Artists on Sound, Stafan's channel. It's a YouTube channel. He's fantastic. To me, he's a friend of our family. Team Elvis is a friend to our channel, and we are a friend to his channel. So please go over and subscribe to him. He's just a really cool guy. A really cool guy. Obviously, I'm a British guy. He's an American guy. We seem to have hit it off. I did want to just quickly play a 1 minute video of my success on the diet. Let me just see if I can find it. And then we're going to move on to the review of Stafan's interview with Mike Stone, the karate champion, the person that Priscilla left Elvis for, yeah, and took Lisa Marie Presley away from her father Elvis for. So it's quite important. Oh, thanks, Denise. It's quite an important. Every interview Mike Stone gives in the last 3 to 4 years, to me, are very important because it really is a window into what really went on. Now, I don't hate Mike Stone. I think he's been punished enough by the fans for the last 50 years. He's an elderly man now. So I don't agree with many of the things he says. I don't agree with many of his views. I'm still very upset about all the circumstances, and I wish that Mike Stone would just apologize for his mistakes that he made, whether it was 1 day ago or 50 years ago. He should apologize for his mistakes, the way he hurt his own family. He's already admitted there was hurt, that he was very selfish, which he admitted on Stafan's show, so which I'm pleased about. We want just a clear apology. We want proper regret. We understand it happened 50 years ago. I do feel that Mike Stone was a victim of Priscilla and was used by Priscilla. Now, I don't hate Mike Stone, I don't hate Priscilla, but we must expose the truth to defend Elvis and Lisa and the bloodline. Now, in this circumstance with the Mike Stone interview, we are also defending Lisa because she was damaged, I would say, the most when Mike Stone allowed Priscilla to enter his life and really wreck his life, because he was married to Frances Stone, and she was pregnant and they had a small girl. He took part in damage, serious damage to Lisa Marie. Now, I don't think Mike Stone meant any harm. I don't think Mike Stone is a bad person. I think he was very selfish. He was very young. Priscilla was very sexy and beautiful, and she manipulated him and she seduced him. I feel that Mike Stone is a bit of a victim, but I also disagree with many of Mike Stone's views. So we are going to go through it. Yeah. So I just wanted to quickly just play this 1 minute video of my success on the diet, because I'm encouraging people to move to subscribe to my diet channel. Okay, guys, it's called Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. It is our sister channel to here. So we do post Elvis stuff on both channels. Okay, it's only a minute. Unfortunately, I got my top off. It shows me when I was very unwell. It shows me when I was overweight. This is why I promote the diet, because this diet saved my life. Okay, I'm just going to show this quickly, and then we'll start doing the review on Mike Stone. Okay, guys?
And I was 55 years old when I started this diet 8 months ago, and I chose to never eat sugar or carbs again. And I concentrated on eating fatty meat and eggs, and only...
Let me just get it bigger a minute. Sorry, guys. Let's start again because I want it full size.
Hi guys, and I was 55 years old when I started this diet 8 months ago, and I chose to never eat sugar or carbs again. And I concentrated on eating fatty meat and eggs and only natural real food. I cut out margarine and vegetable oils, and my weight started falling off. And before I knew it, I had lost 1.5 stone, and my energy levels had shot up as if I was a much younger person. I highly recommend a meat and eggs, fatty meat diet, and stop eating sugar and carbs. I'm extremely healthy, and it also cured many of my illnesses that I had. Good luck to anyone out there trying to lose weight. Thanks, everyone. Here's a look at me feeling much better. Hi guys, and I was 55
So I know we're not here for the diet. I know it's a bit embarrassing because I've got my clothes off, but the diet really did save my life. It made me feel younger. It restored my energy. Of course, I lost loads of weight, and I have never looked back. And that was only a year ago. That was only a year ago. I had a massive tummy. My face was fatter, and I was very unwell, very unwell. I am fully cured now, fully cured. Okay, so I recommend the carnivore diet, the keto diet. I recommend Dr. Ken Berry. If you are interested, go over to my other channel, subscribe to it. Let me just remind you what it's called. 1 second, and then we can get on with the show, guys. Right, here we go. So it's called Elvis Presley Fan on Keto and Carnivore. But we also do post Elvis footage on there. This is our Elvis sister channel. Okay, right. So Hello, my friend. Welcome. Right, we are going to do, Stafan, we've just played your jingle. I don't know if you were watching, but we're getting into your jingle, mate. So we are going to review Stafan's interview that discusses Priscilla and Lisa with Mike Stone. I watched it this morning. I obviously have some opinions on it. I thought it was a great interview. There's a few bits in there that you know, Stafan, you know, I have opinions on those. There's a few bits in there, so we're going to discuss that. So Stafan's here with us, guys. Stafan, it's very early in the morning in England. I'm not sure how many people will join us, but many people will watch this later. So we may get about 20 people now, but later a lot more people. You know, this will probably be watched by hundreds of people, this review that we do now. So come on, guys, should we do it one more time? Let's have a look. Right, come on then. Let's get onto Stafan's channel. Artist on Record. Please subscribe. Artist on Record. Everyone say good morning. Good morning to all of you guys. Thanks for joining me. Obviously, I have a special thank you to all of Team Elvis for supporting me and each other on Stafan's live podcast, which was fantastic. We literally had a brilliant time. We loved it. Stafan was so kind and gracious, and I felt that it was a very special interview that was very heartfelt. And all of you guys, after we did the Stafan's show on Artist on Record on his YouTube channel, all of you were messaging me with thanks, saying how much you loved it and that it couldn't have gone better. So, guys, it was just brilliant. So, come on, let's get on here. Let's get on with this. Now, you guys know that I do have strong opinions. I do speak my mind, but I do it with respect, with no hate. I do not hate Mike Stone. I do not hate Mike Stone. He's been punished enough. He did mess up. He did mess up. But he was a victim of Priscilla. So that's how I see things with Mike Stone. So Mike Stone, if you ever watch this show, I've got nothing against you. I don't hate you, but I will talk about the things that happened between you and Priscilla from the point of view of defending Elvis and Lisa and the bloodline, mainly Elvis and Lisa. Yeah. So you may not like all the things I say. Sometimes we can agree to disagree. Please don't take it as a personal insult. I have no hate against you. I actually think you've suffered enough because of what happened with Priscilla. So let's get on to Stafan's channel. Now, of course, everyone speak your mind, say what you want to say. But 100%, I really thank you guys for supporting us on last night's show, which was great. It went on for nearly an hour. It was an hour and 20 minutes. Brilliant, guys, brilliant. Right. Okay, so Stafan has obviously posted the show. Stafan, just so you know, we are going to be reviewing this show. Defending Elvis. We will be reviewing the show we had about Graceland's, about how disappointed the fans were about Graceland's, but that is my next show. This show is about Stafan's interview. Remember, his channel is called Artist on Record. So this show is about that. Mike Stone on Elvis. Now, I've got to take my son to football in about 45 minutes. So I don't know how much. We may have to do a part 1 and part 2 on this. So
welcome back. Before we start this episode,
right, so look, so this is the we may as well start things properly because it's Stafan's show. Are you ready, guys?
Artist on Record, your ultimate intimate.
Right, let's just listen to the jingle.
Favorite artist, and for any breaking news, please subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when it comes our way. We're going to make sure we bring it right to you. But here's some sad breaking news. Legend right here has passed away.
That is so sad.
Sam Moore, half of Sam and Dave, the duel
we
that
send his family love.
Soul Man and Hold On, I'm Coming has died at the age of 89 years old. Let's see who's in the chat. Hopefully the internet's not driving us all crazy and you could hear this crazy, sad breaking news. But this is just...
It's very sad. Very, very sad, isn't it, guys? So...
She's reversed her type.
Woo! Okay, we're ready. Right, let's do it. Let's get on with it then.
Before we start this episode,
I mess around at first because I do mess around a bit because I'm just giving people the chance to join us, so I don't rush into it. Okay, right. Louis at home in his kitchen, defending Elvis. You're going to hear the dogs. You're going to hear banging. My son will probably come in, flexing his muscles. I'm just a fan. I always say this to guys. I'm just a fan in the UK, in his kitchen. That's all I am. I've been a fan for 50 years. I'm no expert. I get my facts wrong. I don't get everything right. I don't know everything about Elvis and Lisa. I don't. If I get things wrong, I apologize. If we disagree on things, it's completely fine. I will only delete people. Sam Moore, that's it. Thank you. I will only delete people, block people that are rude. If people want to disagree with me, it's completely fine, and I don't take it personally. So let's go. Let's get the volume up.
People need help. You could always donate to the Red Cross right now in California.
Right, let's just. Well, obviously, I do want to quickly say, I think Stafan's doing it now. My God, I feel so sorry for the people that are near the fires, in and around the fires in California, LA. Even my son, who's 14, was telling me all about it, and he said to me that the Hollywood letters have been destroyed. Is this true? Is it true? I send out love. I pray for all the people that are being affected by this. This is one of the most horrible, saddest things I've ever had to watch on TV, on the news. It's just so sad. So let's listen to Stafan's kind words about what's going on there. And we will be then talking about, we're going to be reviewing the Mike Stone and Priscilla interview. So it's a Mike Stone interview from Stafan, from his channel, Artists on Record. Okay, let's do it.
Welcome back. Before we start this episode, an important message I want to give out to everybody here watching. If there's any situation going on in your neck of the woods, fire, or people need help, you could always donate to the Red Cross. Right now in California, there's a bad fire going on, and some people might need your help. So make sure you help them. Because if you're in trouble, you might need that help. There's a link right above here. Click on it. You can donate and help somebody that needs some help. Now let's get to our episode. Imagine having a front row seat to the lives of legends. Mike Stone takes us on a heartfelt journey through his unique relationship with Priscilla and Lisa Marie Presley. After years of working with legends, Mike Stone is here to share his untold stories that will change how you see these icons. What secrets did Priscilla and Lisa Marie Presley share with Mike Stone? Stay tuned to find out.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We're here at Mike Stone, my time with Priscilla and Lisa Marie Presley. It's a book that actually takes us, the reader, through a journey with your 4-year relationship with Priscilla and Lisa Marie, and it's filled with other fascinating stories also. Bruce Lee, Bill Spector, Engelbert Humperdinck.
We love Bruce Lee.
Favorites. There's so much to discuss here, but I appreciate you taking the time coming here. And let's just kick off the show.
Right, just getting ready, guys.
Give us a quick breakdown of your journey and what brought you to where you are today.
I started going to black belt tournaments and winning all of them. And until I retired undefeated. I haven't lost in 92 matches. Don't have a second place trophy. So I've been very, very, very blessed. I was illusioned with the direction that martial arts was taking in the early 70s. So
I waited a little bit. I started doing a lot of promotions. I opened up a couple karate schools in California, in Huntington Beach. And I started promoting tournaments, special events, black belt team championships. Was invited to compete with Ed Parker, who was Elvis's instructor. He was throwing an event in Hawaii. And I fought on the U.S. mainland team against the Hawaii team. And when we competed in that event, it was, I think, the honeymoon of Priscilla and Elvis. They were staying at the Ilikai Hotel in Waikiki. And they came to that event. And many years later, when Priscilla and I were together, she brought up that particular event and said, "Oh, you know, we came to see you fight." I said, "I know you guys were there. Why did you guys leave early?" And she said, "Oh, we normally leave about 5 minutes before, so we beat the rush. You know, people are going to be asking them for autographs and stuff like that, so it would have interrupted the award ceremony." So she just said that.
So let me just. I remember there's a hint when I was watching this. I've already watched it. Okay, guys. There's a hint here that he mentions that Elvis and Priscilla went to see him in one of his either competitions or tournaments. He's obviously a very, very successful karate champion. Yeah, he wasn't an instructor. This is part of the mistake here. He wasn't friends with Elvis. Yeah, he'd briefly met Elvis a few times, and I do think Priscilla did eventually convince him to start doing lessons. Yeah, she would travel 45 minutes 3-4 times a week to go and see him and have these karate lessons. But in the end, it wasn't karate lessons, was it? So, you know, we all know now that Priscilla made a beeline for Mike Stone. She chose him. He was the chosen one. Yeah, he was her way away from Elvis. Priscilla, at some point, I don't know when it was exactly, but sometime at the end of 69, 70, she made her mind she was going to leave Elvis. I really believe this. She had her eye on Mike Stone really as early as 68, 69. She had seen him when they'd gone on some kind of second honeymoon. Because don't forget, after Elvis caught Priscilla being unfaithful around March 1968, they had a sort of fake period of a fake marriage. So they went on holiday, they went on trips, they saw Muhammad Ali, they saw Tom Jones. He did the award ceremony, you know, where he says, "Every dream I ever dreamt, yeah, has come true 1,000 times." So Priscilla had her eye on Mike Stone. Now, Mike Stone is a very insecure man, I think, when it comes to his looks, the fact that he was just a normal guy that had become a champion. He was a very, very successful champion. He had a lot of confidence in his abilities as a fighter, yeah, as a karate champion, yeah, a lot of confidence, an unusual amount of confidence. He was winning everything. I read somewhere that it was 46 things that he won. Now, he was very surprised that Priscilla fancied him, that Priscilla had her eye on him. And in fact, when Priscilla made a move to get his attention, yeah, there's a few interviews now on YouTube that discuss this. Mike Stone discusses this. I think initially he was quite surprised that Elvis's wife, this very, very beautiful woman, Mike Stone has already said that to him, she was the most beautiful woman ever. Yeah. He couldn't believe that she liked him. He saw himself as not being very attractive. So he was spellbound. She put him under a spell. She definitely, I actually don't think Mike Stone, this is just my opinion, would have left his pregnant wife, Frances Stone, and his small girl, 3 years old, if it had been anyone else. I think he may have had an affair. You know, men are very basic in their 20s and 30s. Men think with their, you know, and I think probably he would have just had a little fling, but because it was Priscilla, this very wealthy woman, this very beautiful woman, the wife of Elvis, he couldn't stop himself. I keep repeating this. I see him as a victim. I see him as someone that was put under a spell. I actually think, I've already said this, many men would have not been able to have enough self-control to stop this happening. Yeah, I think Mike got caught up in the Hollywood lifestyle, and of course we completely see that Mike Stone put Priscilla on a pedestal. He really did. Yeah, unfortunately, so that Priscilla and Mike can have their fun. Ultimately, at the beginning it was all about sex, bonking, you know, screwing, call it what you want, getting naked, yeah, to put it bluntly. But it's one thing to do that, to do things, you know, we're animals, we have animal instincts. It's a complete another thing when you are taking a girl away from her father, Lisa Marie, when you are being unfaithful to your pregnant wife and you're married. Remember, I understand it. Marriages are unhappy. People split up. I get it. It happens every day. He says it happens every day. But not when the wife is pregnant. This is what makes it so extreme. Frances being pregnant is very extreme. You can excuse an affair, a relationship going wrong, a marriage breaking up. I get it. Yeah, we're all human. Relationships break up, not through the pregnancy, not at the time of the pregnancy. No, this is where he's missing something. When we're trying to encourage him to apologize and show regret, he does at some point, he'll say, oh yeah, but you know, everyone breaks up, everyone splits up, it happens every day. No, it doesn't happen every day with pregnant wives. It happens every day with bad marriages. There's a difference. There's a difference. Let's keep going, guys. All right, let's
we went back to the hotel for the rest of the night to the early morning. All Elvis and the boys were talking about was you're fighting, because Ed Parker had already talked to Elvis about me as being one of the best. And at that event, I won the most outstanding competitor award for the U.S. team. So I think that's where maybe an interest started, or she said it was when she first became interested in me because of my abilities and skill. And Elvis was very impressed with it. So, and then just one thing led to another. Then I eventually moved I went to Las Vegas for about 4 or 5 years. I worked as a bodyguard for Phil Spector for a while, Engelbert Humperdinck for a while.
It's just funny when you mention seeing you fight.
1 second. Can I just ask Stefan, if you don't mind, you say on here, on another interview I did with Mike, the loss of his mother messed him up. So can you just give me a bit of a history lesson? Did Mike Stone lose his mother at a young age? Please, if you don't mind, let me know that, because I don't know the details of that. Right, let's have a look. Yes, right, okay. Well, you know, I understand we have to weigh things in. There's a lot of circumstances we don't know about. There's a lot of how can I say it, complicated issues with parents, you know, family stuff. I get it. I still think leaving a pregnant wife is unexcusable. So at the very least, you should say sorry. At the very, very least, yeah? But don't forget, this also dragged Lisa Marie away from her father. So now remember, I don't hate Mike Stone. So I'm doing this from we're trying to get to the truth. We're trying to expose Priscilla's wrongdoing, because we feel that Priscilla's choices in life seriously damaged Elvis and Lisa and Mike Stone Now, I've watched all this interview, and I still think Mike Stone hasn't, how can I say it? I don't think he, another way of putting it, I constantly hear excuses. Oh, this is why. Oh, I don't hear remorse. I don't hear it. I really wish there was more of that. Now, remember, Elvis was massively into the karate world. Elvis was an expert at karate. And the karate world meant everything to Elvis. It was his second passion, his second love. So to choose Mike Stone, so when Priscilla chose Mike Stone to run off with, she was having a secret affair with him for a year, and then it all came out, and then she demanded a divorce. Picking Mike Stone was like going to do even more damage to Elvis. Yeah, it was humiliating for him. The whole world were going to find out that the karate expert, the karate champion, Mike Stone, was now with Elvis's wife. Elvis married Priscilla in a very public marriage in front of the world. Elvis, they got pregnant together in front of the world. The birth of Lisa Marie in front of the world. So the karate situation, the whole world knew Elvis was into karate, and the karate champion, from the point of view of the general public, took his wife and his daughter. So from the point of view of the world, in 1971 too, we just saw as the public that Mike Stone was taking Lisa Marie from her father, Priscilla from Elvis, when the reality is all the damage was being done by Priscilla, because these were all her choices, as Mike Stone says, choices and consequences. Yeah, well, the choices Priscilla made did some very, very serious damage. I actually think Mike Stone couldn't say no. He couldn't help himself because she had him under a spell. She had him under a spell.
Here he is. He's getting into it because he was into karate, as we all know, and he's seeing you fight, and he's like so into that to move forward later on, just to see this guy that he liked, and then he sees you with his wife later on. I must have tripped his ego and his head out, which, as a man, men have egos and they get crazy.
True, that's so true.
Yeah, it's understandable. Okay, so let's talk about the book really quick. Can you tell the viewers the core message
Billy's
of
brother.
this book and why you decided to share your story now?
All right, thank you.
I'm just gonna quickly comment on, because he's going to mention why he's making the book. Obviously, I personally feel that Mike Stone, if he wants to make a karate book about his life and his beliefs, his spiritual beliefs, the guru stuff, law of attraction stuff, that's fine. But why title the book on Priscilla, on Lisa, and then there's a mention of the marriage as well on the book? Because I think Mike Stone has always tried to give the impression that he doesn't make money from his relationship with Priscilla and obviously his friendship with Lisa. But that book, everything about the cover is about Priscilla and Lisa and his marriage to Priscilla. So I find that quite hypocritical. I also understand there's a lot in that book that's to do with the karate world. I get that. So I personally think the fans are very upset with Mike Stone for bringing this book out. That's just my feelings. I do try and represent the fans. I think I can speak for some fans. I definitely can speak for Team Elvis. Let's keep going, guys.
I guess it was when there was some issues with Lisa's health, and then she passed away. And I think within 2 weeks after she had passed.
Yeah, I agree, Stafan.
I heard that Priscilla had filed a complaint or contesting the will that Lisa had. And something about a signature, something wasn't right. And the fact that she was released as a trustee, that was apparently not, she was not notified. Anyway, there were several things like that happened, that I contacted some friends in Los Angeles and asked if they would follow up and supply me with information regarding this issue about her contesting the will. And after I read a lot of the information and the back and forth of what was happening. And then I started to think like, well, this is not the girl that I knew.
Right.
I mean.
Okay, now, okay. This is very important. Right. He's about to tell us that there seemed a massive change in Priscilla. She went from being, more of a loving mother. Obviously, there was a while where she was a loving wife, loving her life. Yeah. And then there was a massive change with Priscilla where she was out for blood, where it was all about the money, the fame, the spotlight, the attention, how she could put herself first, her career, her ambitions, whether it be acting, modeling, promoting products, whether it be her clothing salon, There's just so many things. Priscilla suddenly had like a one-track mind about herself. Unfortunately, the victim of all that is Lisa Marie, because we now know Lisa Marie was getting sent off to summer camps. She was thrown into Scientology. So Priscilla putting herself first suddenly showed a very brutal, dark side to Priscilla, where the daughter came last. Now, we must remember that at the hands of Michael Edwards, not Michael Stone, Priscilla's boyfriend, stuff was going on, allegedly. It's in the book, From Here to the Great Unknown. It's clearly in the book. Michael Edwards allegedly abused Lisa for up to 5 years, and Priscilla, some fans say, turned a blind eye to it. I don't know. Some fans think that because Priscilla was obsessed with Michael Edwards, was too scared to lose him. But my point is this. I have always said, if you look at the early interviews of Priscilla, she is much kinder. You look at an interview, 1979-80, yeah? She's much kinder, 81, 82. But by the time you get to 85, you know, between 82 and 85, you look at the interviews, Barbara Walters, what's the other woman? Something Barrett, I forget her name now. She's changing. She's starting to play the victim. She's starting to say, oh, look what happened to me. Elvis was unfaithful. Elvis had a drug problem. Then the interviewers are insinuating that Priscilla was groomed, insinuating that Priscilla was controlled. The interviewers, remember, Priscilla's very clever how she gets interviewed. She doesn't say it. She lets the interviewer ask the questions and she nods her head. So, for example, the interviewer may say, oh, right, you were with him from 14. You were together for 8 years before you married. Now, this isn't the truth. They did briefly meet at 14. Then they didn't see each other for a few years. When she first moved over to Greystones, they weren't together. They were knocking each other off. But Elvis lived a life as a single man until he got engaged in 1966. So my point is, they tried to the image giving off by the book Elvis and Me, by the interviewers of the different TV news companies and interviewers doing these documentaries around the world, give the impression that Elvis and Priscilla were together for 8 years, before they got married, which is not true. It's not true. Elvis had different girlfriends. He was seeing, we know about Anne Margaret, we know about Anita Wood and many others and co-stars. Elvis lived as a single man until they got engaged. Yeah. So when you look at Priscilla, I feel there's a form of revenge happening here. When she went off to get Mike Stone, I think, the karate champion, that'll show him, that'll put him in his place for all the hurt he gave me through the years where he had different girlfriends, where before we got engaged, where he made me, where she felt mistreated. Now, I'm going to be fair. When Priscilla moved over to Greystones, but bearing in mind, she knew that he lived that way. She knew he was a rock and roll star, that all the women worshipped him. She moved over in the hope that Elvis may settle down, may calm down, may tame his ways. But they still worked together as a proper couple, yeah? So my point is that obviously hurt her. Obviously, she went through a tough time for those between 1962 and 66. She obviously, Elvis is no angel, yeah? I would say that those years were very difficult for Priscilla. So sometimes I think when she chose Mike Stone to run off with him, they were in around 1970, 71, there's a form of revenge happening here. I'm going to get him back, yeah? Because when she made up her mind to leave Elvis, there was no turning back. And Mike Stone has clearly said in his interviews that she told him, I'm leaving Elvis. We are going to have a divorce. I want my own life. I feel like a prisoner where I live with Elvis. Don't forget, she had already been unfaithful to Elvis in 1968, 2 to 3 months after Lisa Marie was born. So she was on her way out. She was on her way out. Yeah. So this is where I feel Mike Stone was used. Yeah. So what Mike Stone has just about to say is he saw a different side to Priscilla. The Priscilla that he first met, who just came across much sweeter and kinder and nicer. A few years later, Mike Stone starts realizing there's a different side to Priscilla, quite a dark side that is very brutal, very ambitious, very greedy, very money grabbing, very fame wanting. She craved spotlight, fame. She wanted to be on TV. She wanted to make movies. She wanted to be a model. So there's a new side of Priscilla that's emerging from Priscilla, a side that was very different to the public image, because the image of Priscilla with Elvis at first was of this sweet, innocent girl that Elvis met when she was very young. Now that side of Priscilla was disappearing and a new Priscilla was emerging, yeah? And this Priscilla is the one that would go on to own everything, to own Graceland, really, even though she was executive on behalf of Lisa. She became almighty powerful. Once she realized she could rewrite history by writing a book, the book completely rewrites history. Elvis had no say in the book, Elvis and Me. And she changes the storyline to look as a victim to the public. She wants to be seen as the victim, when we here at Defending Elvis feel that Priscilla was not the victim. Elvis was the victim. And when you learn all the facts, you start to understand this.
This is really nothing about what she had lived I recognized as the person that I was with at that time. So basically what I wanted to do was to shed light a little bit on her, to let, I know their life has been in chaos, turmoil, loss, death, drugs. It's been horrific. So here's the thing that bothered me was Elvis was, to me, the handsomest person I've ever seen in my life. He's extremely good looking, extremely famous, and had some money. And she was married to him. So I'm thinking, like, for any girl, all of Elvis fans must have admired Priscilla for being the wife, or they didn't like her for whatever reasons they had. But I think Priscilla at one time, when I started to think about it, I said, well, it's kind of unfair to her in a sense that she's getting, there's two sides to every story. So if you look at Elvis, there's people like him, don't like him. You look at Priscilla, people like her, don't like her. You look at me, they all don't like me. So you have this thing, but I wanted to share an aspect of how she was like when I was with her and Lisa, just to give insight into, there was a time for both of them, for both Lisa and Priscilla, that they were truly happy. So when I look back at some of the pictures that I have and see the times that, the things that she did coming out of Graceland, she never did before. So it was really a coming out for her, that she was experiencing things, a normal way of living that she did not experience there. So I just wanted to share some of those ideas. And with Lisa, how can you be at 5 and 6 years old? You're just an angel. And Lisa was, she was fantastic, very easy to get along, always happy, tremendous smile. And she looks, she has that look of Elvis when you look at her. So I was very blessed to have spent that time with them. And I just wanted to show another.
Right, let's just pause that quickly. So we are going to have to do a part 2 because my son's got to go to football soon. But good night, Stafan. Stafan did say to me, he's been up all night, so he wanted to go to sleep. He was very, very tired. He just wanted to join us briefly. Obviously, I'm in England, so for me, it's 9:26 in the morning. For Stafan, it's way past his bedtime. So thank you to Stafan for joining us. We're going to carry on reviewing this. Obviously, Mike Stone now is talking about how special it was that he got to see Lisa and how she was very like her father, Elvis, and she was just a lovely person, a lovely girl, a beautiful girl. So when Mike Stone talks about Lisa Marie in this great way, I just think that poor girl, that poor thing. Mike Stone has just met her as a young child, and she has been dragged away from her father, Elvis Presley, to live with Mike Stone, who is a stranger, just because Priscilla fancies him. That's the bottom line is, poor Lisa Marie had to leave her home, leave her father, who she adored. They adored each other, just so that Priscilla could bonk Mike Stone in a different flat, in a different home. It's literally, I'm disgusted by it. I'm disgusted by it. But I still say that Mike Stone was taken advantage of. I really think that, because I think a typical man, a weak man, yeah, will succumb to Priscilla, will succumb to her advances. She was very beautiful, very stunning. And being very beautiful, very sexy does give you a lot of power over men, especially in your 20s and 30s. Yeah. So let's keep going, guys.
Side maybe of how they worked, and not all of the chaos, the confusion, the way life
Deborah off, are you?
unfolded for both of them.
Bye, Deborah. Bye, Jane.
For Elvis, Lisa, and Priscilla. And when you hear that, the first thing they say to me is, Mike, it is so sad how their lives turned out. I mean, having the best looks, money.
Right, hang on. Right, I'm going to comment on this because I've already watched it. Now, Mike Stone goes into this is the bit I'm a bit like that with. So he's going to say that money and fame and success, many people that have that are very unhappy. Yeah, I agree. Many people can't handle fame, can't handle the money, can't handle the attention, can't handle losing their lives to the public. I agree. But I still think that what Mike Stone is trying to do here, he's trying to belittle Priscilla. He's sort of, now I think there's plenty of famous people that are very happy. They're not all unhappy. Many are happy, many are unhappy, just like us normal people. Many of us are happy, many of us are unhappy. So my point is, this is where I think Mike Stone, his ego kicks in, and he's now going to try and belittle fame, success. Yeah, he's sort of going to say, oh, look what fame did to Priscilla, she's not happy. Oh, look what fame did to Lisa, she's not happy. Oh, look what fame did to Elvis, he wasn't happy. Look how things turned out. I get his point of view, I understand it, but I personally think, why even say it? I think he should be showing remorse for being partly involved in the reason that Lisa left her home to live with him, why Priscilla left Elvis to live with Mike Stone. So I actually think I would rather see him being more apologetic and understanding and show regret and say sorry than look what happened to them, they had shit lives, people died, Elvis was miserable, which is what he's doing now. Yeah, I find it quite disrespectful. Yeah, remember, I don't hate Mike Stone. This is Louis' point of view. Okay, guys?
All of this amounts to nothing at the end if you live your life where it cannot be fun. I mean, it's not enjoyable having all of these wonderful gifts and talents and abilities and skills, and then end up with a life that ends up just being sad, is how they chose to express what their lives were.
So you see that? He's basically saying their lives were just sad. Yeah? Oh, no, you were rich, you had fame, you had fortune, ha, ha, ha. Your lives were pathetic. That's really what he's saying. Now, I think Elvis had a lot of happy times. Remember, Elvis, if you look at his life from 1959, when he, from 19, so I'm getting my years confused. From 1955, say let's go from 55, as his rise to success and fame, and obviously his beautiful talent, and you follow his life through the army years, through the movie years, through the Vegas years, the 68 comeback. Elvis had a lot of happiness, yeah. Now, I'm not going to speak for Priscilla, because I actually think her life, because of her choices with different men, with money, with business, with her daughter, all these big mistakes that Priscilla made that damaged Lisa. I actually do think that Priscilla has led a life, I think, has been very unfair, very cruel, very bitter, very revengeful, very greedy. Greedy is a big word with Priscilla. Greed, money greed, fame greed, fame greed. So he's half right when it comes to Priscilla. But to completely dismiss Elvis's life, like he was always sad and hated his life and his life was crap, is bullshit. Bullshit. When he got unwell, when he became very unwell, like Elvis became quite desperate with his serious chronic health problems. And yeah, but that wasn't the whole of his life. Elvis didn't really get unwell until he got into his late 30s. Yeah, he'd always been a bit unwell, but Elvis had a lot of happiness. So he's dismissing Elvis's life, Priscilla's life, Lisa's life. Even Lisa Marie, she had many happy times. Lisa Marie had many happy times. But Mike Stone, his point of view is, their lives were shit because they were famous. They had money, their lives were shit. It's not true. I don't agree. I actually think he's insulting them. Yeah, keep going.
And you look at Lisa, I mean, from the time that she saw Elvis in Graceland, the last time she saw him, I mean, that's got to be such a devastating thing for a young lady. And, loving your father as she did. And then the way she grew up after that, it's tragic. It's not sad. It's tragic that their lives have ended the way they have with all that they've possessed. And the thing that's sad is, I want people to understand a little bit, is that, we look at them and we admire them. Everything about what we think is important, the human materialistic idea, looks, money, fame. These are not truly the important things, because look how it turns out. And it's not an isolated situation. So many famous people, wealthy and everything, great talent, this is how their life ends. So it's sad, it's tragic, and it doesn't have to be that way. And why it is, I don't know. But now the fascination we all have as normal people, we are so caught up in the fantasy of their lives, and we want to, we hold them up as these are our role models. But really, is this how you want to end your life as well? Do you want to follow that? So anyway, it's a very sad thing that we have to kind of get back to the basics all the time and realize whatever our lives are, if we're being the best that we can, if we're not hurting anybody on purpose, if we're living that idea, as mundane as life may be, that's life. Life is not exciting. It's, you have to work at it. It's a challenge.
So
continuously.
So Stafan puts a bit of music on that bit to make it sound poignant. But no, things didn't work out for Mike Stone. He got dumped by Priscilla. He wrecked Elvis. He was partly involved in wrecking Elvis and Lisa's life together. So to then just say, all rich people, all famous people have shit lives, ha ha ha, which I think is that is what he's saying. Now I completely understand what he's saying about the important things are love, kindness, forgiveness, appreciating every day, appreciating every moment, appreciating life, appreciating the normal things in life, your own family, just being able to breathe, having health, having good health. I completely understand that side of what he's saying, but I don't see it that way. I see things didn't work out for Mike Stone. Mike Stone was used for 4.5 years and dropped like a rock by Priscilla. She chewed him up and spat him out. So I see a man who is a bit bitter, maybe even slightly angry, very disappointed with his own life, very disappointed with how things turn out. There's even a chance that he still has a bit of a torch for Priscilla. Now, he has a snipe at Priscilla for making many mistakes, for the plastic surgery, because obviously she was beautiful and then stuff happened there. But, this man is has just released a book that part of the reason that book will make any money is because Priscilla and Lisa and Elvis are mentioned in his book. Yeah. So my point is this, is that, yes, we can try and play the saint and go, money is bad, fame is bad, fortune is bad. But why does it have to be mentioned as such a large part of this interview, where he literally is dismissing the life of all three of them, really, Priscilla and Lisa and Elvis, as a shit life, because look at all the negative, bad things that happened. Unfortunately, obviously, we know all the bad stuff that went on, but there's a lot of, when it comes to Elvis and Lisa, there was a lot of good things that happened as well. And even Priscilla, there is a side to Priscilla that has always, even though it's for money, she has always tried to make money promoting Elvis, but it was always money orientated. Lisa had many happy times. Elvis had many happy times. So I just see a man who is still a bit bitter, a bit angry. There's not enough regret there. He does say, I was selfish. He does say, I hurt people. But he's taken the opportunity. This interview is only a few days ago. He's taken the opportunity to go, ha ha, your lives ended up shit. When what is really probably going on, in my opinion, is that he's unhappy about his own life, how it turned out. And he's still upset that he was disregarded, like he didn't exist. Priscilla talks about Mike Stone like acts about Mike Stone like he doesn't, like he wasn't there, like he never happened. Yeah. Hardly a mention of him in any of the movies or documentaries or biographies, you name it. Priscilla tries to act as if there were no other men. There is no Steve Peck dance instructor. There is no Mike Stone karate champion. Priscilla, I would say, never mentions other men. Priscilla never mentions any wrongdoing ever. Yeah. So I still think, I find that a little bit insulting, the way he rubbishes all of their lives because things didn't work out for him. So Mike Stone, I say this to you, you know, we can sit here and slag off fame and fortune and success and all that and go, ha ha ha, look, your lives were ruined because all you cared about was fame and money. But that isn't fair, because all of these people, including Priscilla and Lisa and Elvis, had a lot of happiness, a lot of happiness. I just see you as a bit bitter. I'd much prefer it if you just showed remorse and regret and said sorry. That is what the fans want. The fans want Mike Stone to go, do you know what? I messed up. I made a mistake. I hurt my wife. I hurt my unborn child. I hurt my little daughter. I broke up. I took part and helped in breaking up Elvis and Priscilla and taking Lisa Marie away from her father. I prefer that. I prefer that. Let's keep going.
Absolutely.
Anyway, that's why I wrote the book.
You shed a light of take the dark side out and let's show a little light right here in their lives. There's a time of Lisa Marie's life and Priscilla where they were happy. They were together.
Yeah. And you could see it. I just found 30 pictures I took of Priscilla that when I called home, they went to the storage and found this short album. And these were personal pictures that I've taken of Priscilla. And my God, with no makeup, she is such a gorgeous woman, just naturally beautiful. So she didn't need anything to enhance her appearance. But at some point in her life, apparently she wasn't satisfied with that. So when you start changing your physical appearance and the way she looks now, that's again, you can say it's tragic and it's sad, because somebody so naturally beautiful, aren't they sad? Don't they know in their heart that it's who they are inside that is the beauty? It's not the exterior look.
Yeah. So I just see that as another dig. I still see that as Mike Stone going, oh, you are naturally beautiful. Oh, the only real beauty that counts is from within. We all agree with that. We all agree that the natural beauty of a person is from the heart, from within, from their soul, from how they are as a person, like their kindness, how loving they are. We know that. Yeah, it's not about the looks. But I still see he's having a dig at Priscilla. He's going, ha ha, look what happened to you with plastic surgery. Yeah, I'm happy. My life's fine. Yours is ruined. That's how I see it. He's sniping at Priscilla. Bearing in mind, he's just released a book that is trying to make money from Priscilla's name. Yeah. So I just see it as a dig. He's digging, dig. Ha ha, I'm better than you. I'm better than you. That's how I see that. I'm sorry, Mike Stone, but that's how I see that. Yeah. I still think you're a bit angry and bitter. Now, Dan just mentioned something. I quickly read it. Now, obviously, we know that at age 25, Lisa Marie becomes the owner. But I still, Dan, this is what I say to you, because I think Lisa Marie made some mistakes when at 25, when she became the owner of Grace as the executor. I do think selling off Elvis Presley Enterprises, 85% of it, was a massive mistake. We do know that Lisa was partly involved in that with Priscilla and Bob Cinnamon. But remember, who is with Lisa every day? Who is the biggest influence on Lisa Marie on making these massive business corporate decisions? Yeah, it was Priscilla. Priscilla had given the impression to Lisa that she had saved Graceland. She made Graceland successful and make millions, that she had saved Elvis's legacy. She had made sure that Elvis was remembered forever. None of that is true. None of that is true. But Lisa believed it. Lisa believed that all of the success that came after Elvis died with Elvis, whether it be movies, books, documentaries, the home, the living museum, the hotel, you name it. Yeah. Lisa, in my opinion, was brainwashed by Priscilla to believe that Priscilla was an amazing businesswoman that was the reason for all of the success. But the real reason for all of the success is the fans. The fans are the reason for the success. The reason Elvis is still remembered, his legacy is still alive. The fans are the reason the Living Museum was a massive success. The fans are the reason for everything, not Priscilla. But I actually believe that there was a time when Lisa did think it was Priscilla, because Priscilla brainwashed her, in my opinion. And don't forget, we've also got Scientology in the mix as well. Yeah. So I do believe that for a while, Lisa thought Priscilla was the reason for so much success with the Elvis world. But she was wrong. She was wrong. And I do think Lisa eventually wised up. I actually believe that Lisa eventually realized the damage that Priscilla had done and that Priscilla wasn't the reason for all the success. I think Lisa realized that it was because of the fans. The fans were the reason for the success. So, and that's when Lisa breaks away from Scientology and takes her kids with her. Yeah. In the last, I would say in the last sort of 7 years of Lisa Marie's life, I actually think she completely knew that she'd been hoodwinked by Priscilla. She'd been conned by Priscilla. I really believe that. Yeah, I really believe Lisa Marie wised up and saw the light. She removed her blinkers and saw the truth. A lot of wrongdoing went on with Priscilla financially, especially with Barry Siegel, the manager, who literally squandered tens of millions of dollars investing in stupid investments like American Idol, etc., almost bankrupting Lisa Marie. Yeah. And Priscilla was involved in this with Barry Siegel, in my opinion, guys. So, Dan, I agree. Scientology definitely has had a big effect. Massive. I agree fully. I think Scientology has done some serious damage to the Elvis legacy. I really believe that. So anyway, guys, this is part one. Yeah, I'm taking him to football. We leave in 10 minutes, but he is waiting for me. That's Rio, yeah. So I'm going to drop my lovely son off to football, and I'm going to come straight back and do a part two of this. What we're doing, we're reviewing Stafan, his Mike Stone interview, his brilliant channel, Artists on Record. He's got a fantastic YouTube channel. Please subscribe to it. You guys know we were all on his show last night. Team Elvis and me were on Artists on Record, Stefan's YouTube channel. We had a brilliant time. Go over and watch it. I am going to post it on our channel as well. We are going to be reviewing the show that we were on last night, Stefan's show, Artists on Record, but I'm doing that later. But this morning, we are going to carry on doing a review on Stefan's interview with Mike Stone that discusses Priscilla and Lisa. We're going to come back to a part two. I will be uploading last night's show so that everyone can watch it. I'll tell you what, we were so proud to be on that show. It was my first proper show with another YouTube channel. I loved it. I love the fact I had the support of Team Elvis. Team Elvis was just amazing on that show. All of you that turned up to be on Stafan's show on Artists on Record on YouTube. Wow, guys, you guys were rocking, taking care of business. Team Elvis were rocking. Josie, you have to watch it. Go over to Artists on Record on YouTube and watch that show last night. You will love it. It was brilliant. Team Elvis was just so good, so good. And Stafan was so lovely. He is such a great guy. Me and Stafan are friends for life now. We really hit it off. We have a lot of chemistry. I'm going to be on his show again next week as well. So hopefully we'll be doing some more interaction with YouTube channels in the future. I've got to go. My son's waiting. I will be back within an hour. I'll be back for part 2 of the Mike Stone interview review of Stafan's interview on his YouTube channel, Artists on Record. So if you've enjoyed what I do, get us a coffee, hit the like, subscribe, become a member. Cheers, guys. I'll be back.